How's it going? Fit and healthy men. Different type of video for you today. I've just finished exercising, so no exercise plans, no 20-minute method. Just want to talk about something that I feel is really important for men starting out with training, or men who have gone away from training for a while and are kind of stuck and don't know how to get back there. I'll talk about that in a minute, and it's something that I can relate to outside of fitness. Fitness is a big habit for me now. Obviously, I'm a coach as well, so it's that little bit. It's not easier. It's just ingrained as a habit now for me to do. But I always have to be mindful of beginners, men who are starting with me either in person or online, and how intimidating that can be, and how much probably fear and anxiety there might be around that, particularly if you haven't done it in a while. You might be thinking about, geez, will I be able for it? Will my body hold up? I have all these aches. I haven't trained in ages. I have a bit of a belly. I don't feel fit. All those kind of things, and maybe a little bit self-conscious in that as well. And for me as a coach, it's really important to remind lads of this thing, and to remind myself as well. I even remember a few years ago now starting out doing some jiu-jitsu sessions. It's a mouthful. And how intimidating that was to walk into a gym with all these lads that could snap your arm, that could choke you out, and me starting as a GA player trying jiu-jitsu for the first time, and how awkward I felt on that. But this stands true with your strength training, with your conditioning, and with starting any new kind of activity. And it's really important to remember that finding your level, and for a good coach to be able to find your level for your fitness and to build you up from there. And that's how I coach. That's what my programs are structured off, is meeting you at your current level and building you up from there. So you might see loads of fancy exercises on YouTube, on Instagram, social media, from myself included, but that doesn't have anything got to do with you really, unless you're advanced, or unless you've built up to there. Okay, so think of all the movement patterns: your squat, your push-up, your pulling movements, your hinge, or if you don't know those things, just all different types of movements, your core work. But there's levels to that. So if you're coming in and starting off, and you think that you're going to have to be able to do the most advanced, or keep up with the most advanced fella in the class or whatever, that's not realistic, and I guarantee if you're thrown into that environment that you will not stick at it. So what I try to do with the men that I coach, in person and online, is to try and pitch the training session at their level. So within the training structure, there's a level that you can work at, if it's strength training, if it's conditioning, if it's core work, if it's flexibility, and that's the way it should be. You should be able to find your level, not feel intimidated about it, and then it's about sticking to the process, ingraining the habit, and gradually, progressively overloading, getting that little bit stronger, getting that little bit fitter, starting to enjoy it, because the pathway or the route doesn't seem as difficult now, because you can see it clearly that I'm here now, and if I keep turning up, I'll be maybe 10% better in a couple of months, and then in another 2 or 3 months I'll be 20% better. And you see that pathway, and then it becomes enjoyable. It becomes a bit of a challenge for yourself as well, to be able to chase down something, a realistic challenge as well. So I feel that's really important. So if you're stuck and you don't think, you have to start training, you have to start looking after your health and fitness, but you feel stuck and it's intimidating to start, and you think, fuck, I'm that far down the line, with maybe after putting on weight the last while, maybe a couple of injuries, different things, busy lifestyle, whatever it is, and geez, how am I going to get back to there? Find a coach or find a program where you can start at your level, no matter what it is. If it's strength and conditioning, if it's cycling, if it's running, find a program, find a coach that can coach you at your level and build you up from there. And guaranteed, if you stick to the process, over a couple of months, you'll start to notice your performance levels improving. You'll start to feel your confidence coming back. You'll now be more competent in the gym from learning the right techniques. and then all of a sudden it's a new habit for you, and you're chasing down performance goals. Then maybe it's your first chin up, maybe it's 20 push-ups, maybe it's adding 10 kg to your squat. So lads, don't be intimidated. Find something that suits you. Get going. You have to look after your health. You have to look after your fitness. Or in 10 or 20 years time, you're going to fucking pay for it big time. So that's my little bit of information and insight today, just kind of thinking about that, and that beginner's mindset again is something I always have to be mindful of as a coach. But for you, as somebody that might be thinking about starting out, just know that there is a pathway there for you no matter what level you're at, and if you stick to the process, if you find a good program, a good coach, you'll definitely get there. Hope that helps, man. I'll chat to you soon. Cheers.